Today's going to be all about how to hit your protein like a pro. If you have any questions as we move throughout this presentation, go ahead and comment them. Dylan is on the computer over here so that he can answer all of your questions as we go and respond to anyone. And then we'll open it up for live questions at the end. So hope everything looks good and we'll dive right into this. So first, what we're going to be covering today is going to be all about Toning 101, what is protein, and then how our most successful clients hit their protein goals in order to have the best toning results. All right, so what I wanted to start off with is what most people think, what most women think they need to do to tone up. And this is something I hear all the time, and I think it comes from just, I want to say TikTok is a big thing, but it dates even further back than that, right? There were these fad diets that came up like way back when, and you've heard of them, I'm sure, all the time. Low carb, low fat, slash your calories. Somebody told me about a military diet one time where they just drank cabbage soup and water for like 2 weeks. There's all these detoxes. It's insane. So it makes sense that women are not sure of what exactly to do when it comes to their diet and what to eat and that kind of thing. So we're going to make it super simple today. But first, the problem with this kind of approach is that whenever you do slash your calories or you try to cut out most of your carbs or cut out your favorite foods, the problem here is that this approach is going to slow down your metabolism. And it also forces your hunger hormones into overdrive. And this can lead into binge eating and also having a terrible relationship with food that when it goes unchecked, you're going to live with this for a while. And it's going to have a long time effect in sabotaging all of your efforts to tone up in the future if you don't break this belief that you have. So I wanted to show you what our clients do instead. So this is Savannah. During our program, she was a full-time business owner, a mom of 3. She also took care of her 2 stepchildren. Her partner was working midnights as a nurse. And when she came to us, she was stuck in a plateau. She had lost some weight on her own. And after doing Beachbody for a while, she was ready to take her fitness and her nutrition to the next level and really tone up. She and all of our clients use what we call the nutrition addition system. So instead of cutting out carbs or her favorite daily Starbucks drinks, we work together using the nutrition addition system to help her lose weight and tone up without feeling miserable. And this helped her to eliminate food anxiety. It improved her relationship with food. She still was able to enjoy her social life because no foods were actually deemed off limits. She didn't have this number in mind. She didn't have like restrictions on herself. I remember every single day checking her nutrition logs and seeing a Starbucks drink in there, and she was still able to lose this 30 pounds. And during our program, she learned not only how to lose the weight and keep it off, she also learned how to lose another 20 pounds. This is Savannah now after losing, she's down to 165 pounds now. And she is now at her fittest ever. And she continues to be a role model for her family and for her clients at Brauchemian in Bolivar. And all this to show you that this shit really works. And today I'm going to be showing you the exact frameworks and habits that Savannah used to lose the weight and tone up for good. And this brings us to our habit, include protein at every meal. Today, we're going to be diving deeper into this key habit that our clients use within the nutrition addition system, that is hitting our protein goals. And this week, our focus was just to be mindful around protein. So your habit was to include protein at every meal. But I'm sure that you're wondering, now that it's day 3, how much protein should I actually be eating? And how do I increase my protein intake? And then we're also going to talk through some tips and tricks to help you to hit your protein with a busy schedule, because I'm sure you're like, this is a big number. Whenever we go through that, you might be like, this number is huge. I don't know how to get there. I'm not eating that now? Like, how is that going to be possible for me? So I have some actual examples from some clients that shared with us their tips and tricks that we'll be going over today. All right, so I hope that you have your notes. If you don't have them, grab a pen, grab some paper, maybe take some notes on your partner's phone or something like that, because we're going to go over how to actually figure out your specific protein amount and some key things to help you to get there. So by the end of this week, you should be hitting your protein goals. All right, so to start off though, what actually is protein? What does it do in our bodies? Protein enhances muscle tone. So for those of you looking to tone up, which is everyone here, protein is key to building and maintaining our lean muscle mass. And this is what gives that muscle toned shape, right? When we tone, all it is building muscle and then lowering fat so that you can actually see the muscle underneath the body fat. It also is a stable energy source. So protein provides steady energy and it prevents spikes and crashes in our blood sugar levels. And this will help you with your mood throughout the day. And then you're also going to get improved satiety. And what this means is that whenever you eat a meal with protein, it's going to help you to feel full and satisfied for longer. So if you've had the tendency to snack on foods that are not high protein, then you might find that you get hungry really fast after, or maybe this leads into binging tendencies. So this is why Dylan and I, oftentimes, if we're pretty hungry, we go down to the kitchen and we get a protein shake before we get into that like moody, like hangriness. Having a protein shake can help you out a ton because it's quick, it's easy, and then it gives you a little bit of brain power so that you can figure out a full meal and not be a dick to your partner. So, how much protein should I be eating each day? Daily protein intake is going to be around 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So you can go ahead and also screenshot this. So this is going to make it just so easy if we just do 1 gram of protein per pound of your current body weight. But if you do have more body fat on you, then this can make it a little bit more difficult. So what I like to do is I'll have my clients aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So let's say that you are a 150 pound woman, and let's say that you only have like 10 to 20 pounds to lose. You're probably going to aim for 120 to 150 grams of protein per day. All right? If you are over 160 pounds and you are closer to 30% body fat, then you're going to want to aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. And I did the math for you using somebody who is 180 pounds and 30% body fat. The way that you would do this, if you're able to, go ahead and get out your calculator because I can walk you through how to do it. You're going to take the body weight, so 180, and you're going to get 30% of that, because that's 30% body fat, right? And that equals 54. So that means that about 54 pounds of our current body weight of 180 is body fat. So to get our lean body mass, you're just going to subtract that from your total. So that would be 180 minus 54, and that equals 126. So you would aim for around 126 grams of protein per day. And all you have to do if you don't like math is go ahead and message me or comment below and just say protein, and I will figure out your personal protein amount for you. And we can have a discussion around like what that's going to look like for you. All right, I hope that helps. Please go ahead and comment a thumbs up if you're still with me here. A thumbs up, or you can just say like your favorite emoji. Welcome, Madison. Glad you're here. Awesome. Amy's still with us. Good.
Everybody else just liked it.
Oh, cool. Oh, perfect. That works. Rachel's here. What up, Rachel? I love that. Cool, cool. All right, you guys are still following. I love it. All right. So now how does that break down though? Because like you might be like 150 grams of protein per day. That's a ton. So the easiest way to do this is to divide this protein out. I used to give people macro plans and I'd be like, here's your macros. Good luck. Go do it. And it didn't work out very well, right? Because that's a big number and it's very hard to hit if you don't have a plan to do so. So what we like to do here is divide this out among the amount of meals that you're currently eating. And I say currently because we're not trying to have you eat like 6 to 7 meals a day if you're only eating 3 times a day right now. Go based off of what you currently eat. So if let's say you're eating like 4 meals per day right now, then and your goal is 150 grams of protein, then you just divide that by 4, right? 150 divided by 4. And that would mean that you'd need to probably eat around 30 grams of protein per meal. And then maybe have a protein shake with like 1.5 scoops, maybe after your workout or before bed on a rest day. And that's what I highly recommend. If you want to keep this super simple, really easy to hit, then that is highly recommended. If you would like to spread your meals out even more, maybe you are able to have like smaller meals, maybe you're a nurse or something like that, you don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and eat a big meal. A lot of my nurses will split their meals up even smaller than that and just have more proteins throughout the day. It's totally up to you, but I highly recommend just going based off of what you're eating now and then just adding upon there. We want to meet ourselves where we're at, not where we're trying to go, right? It's steps to get to where we're trying to go. And for ease, if you're not tracking right now and you don't have a food scale, then a really easy way to do this is to use your hand. So a palm-sized amount of protein is about 20 to 30 grams for most people, for most women, right? So you can just use the palm of your hand and you can dish out maybe that amount of chicken. Or if you order something at like fast food or you order something at the cafeteria or something like that, then you can just use your hand and you'll know that that's probably around 3 to 4 ounces of whatever cooked meat that is. Or if you have like egg whites or Greek yogurt, and you'll know that that's probably around 20 to 30 grams of protein, just for simplicity's sake. Awesome. Now we're going to move into how to increase your protein actually using the nutrition addition system. All right, so we already know that we are aiming for a certain amount of protein each day, but how are we going to slowly get up there? The first step is awareness, and that's keeping a food log for a week. I was just talking to Amy about this. She's going to get started tracking her food and everything this week. And what you're going to notice is that a week of diligently tracking creates a lot of awareness around your current eating habits. So not only do you get an idea of where your calories are at now, and where your macros are at and your micronutrients, but you also get an idea of when you're eating and like how much food volume you are eating, especially if you're taking photos, which our meal tracker allows you to do. And you also get an idea of like how fast you're eating. If you start to pay attention to that, your food log can do a whole lot for you, right? The key, this really is the key, is a food log. I see so many women when they come into our program, before we even give them any nutrition advice, the first week they lose weight because they started tracking their food. It's insane. And what this does is it empowers yourself into eating enough protein. And this was like such a game changer for Savannah because it allowed her to control her eating and also be flexible so she didn't have to cut out any of the foods that she liked. Which you can imagine, like cooking for a lot of kids, like you need to be pretty flexible with that and make sure that you're eating things that everyone else is going to eat and that kind of thing. Next is going to be double up. So one of my favorite methods of getting more protein in is just to increase the protein amount that I'm eating per meal. So an example of this is if you're getting Chipotle and you need some extra protein, just get double protein on your Chipotle bowl. If you're having a grilled chicken or like a grilled chicken salad or a sandwich, then maybe you could add some cottage cheese on the side. Or you could just double up and add extra grilled chicken to it. Maybe you already do a protein shake every day. Maybe instead of 1 scoop of protein, you could add 2 scoops of protein. And that's going to up it by like 20 grams pretty quick and easy. You're not even going to really notice it. And then next is deposit. So add another meal with protein. And I like to think of this as depositing more money into your toning investment fund. You're not going to see the returns right away, but if you continue adding to it and playing the long game, you're going to have a big result here in a couple months of continued consistency. Awesome. I hope this is helping you guys out so far. Go ahead and comment below which of the things that we just went over do you think that you could do right now, maybe this week, to add some more protein to your current diet. Go ahead and comment below which one stuck out to you the most. I'd love to hear what is sticking and what you guys think is the best for you. Awesome. Madison and Ashley said doubling up. So did Cheyenne. Cool. Rachel's already doubling up at Chipotle. Love it. Sarah said more protein powder. Cool. Amy said doubling up. Love it. Cool. Awesome. What would you say, Dylan? Double up? See, I like eating, so I think I would say deposit. I would add an extra meal. I would do a Kodiak brownie for dessert. Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. All right. Next up, some tips and tricks from our clients. This is a specific one. So today I actually asked our group of clients, like, hey, what do you guys actually do to hit your protein goals? Can you give me some examples? And Ashley was kind enough to share a lot of the things that she does specifically. And she said eggs and soy chorizo. So if you are somebody that is not a huge meat fan, Ashley listed a lot of things that are meat free. So she does like eggs, soy chorizo, Greek yogurt, protein powder in her coffee, protein powder in cream cheese on a bagel, Canadian bacon and eggs, tuna packets, turkey pepperoni, canned chicken quesadillas. Oh wow, that sounds good. Chef salads with hard-boiled eggs and Canadian bacon. I forgot about hard-boiled eggs. That would be a good one. And then she also puts all of her proteins into MyFitnessPal first. And then once those are all set, she fills in the blanks. And what she means by this is she has her specific meals like breakfast, lunch, dinner. She'll put in her big proteins, and that would be your main protein sources like tuna, the chicken, the hard-boiled eggs. You put those in first. And then she goes back in and adds in the other foods because other foods are going to have a little bit of protein with them too. And that helps her to fill in her blanks anywhere. And then she might double up in different areas. All right. If you're like our clients and you're busy, then you know that it can be tough to hit your protein goals with a full-time work schedule, with having kids, you have a home to keep up on, and more, right? So these tips and tricks are coming from our busiest and our most successful clients, the ones that hit their protein and track their food and get the amazing results and keep them. So I want to share specifically Angela. And this is how Angela gets her protein in as a full-time nurse, and she is a mom, and she's also a wellness competitor too. She plans all of her meals ahead of time, just like Ashley was talking about on the last slide. She meal preps her proteins, or she gets meal prepped protein already, right? Like cooked things. So you can buy chicken that's pre-cooked. You can order from a meal prep service. There is a ton of people who hire people to meal prep for them. I know Amy was talking about doing some sort of meal prepping service, right? It's awesome. And you can also delegate this too. Dylan and I switch back and forth. Like if something runs out, we just cook it right then and there. And then we have protein for that week, right? Angela also utilizes protein bars and protein fortified snacks. This helps her out a ton as a nurse. She doesn't have a whole lot of downtime, not a whole lot of breaks, so she's on the go constantly. So she likes to use things like Built bars. She is like obsessed with those. It's like a candy bar, it tastes great, and it has a lot of protein in it too. She also utilizes Greek yogurt and she's a big fan of our Bang Bang Shrimp Tacos. If you have not had these yet, please message me. Just let me know. I think we'll just say recipe. If you want to comment below recipe or DM me recipe, then we will send you the recipe guide that has the Bang Bang Shrimp Tacos. I'm telling you, this recipe guide is amazing and super high protein, macro friendly. So I think you guys would love it. But ultimately, it's about finding what works for you. And you can do that easily with a coach who has coached clients like you in the past. So if this resonated with you at all, and you are ready to continue the success that you're having from this challenge, then go ahead and DM me success, and we'll be able to schedule our one-on-one success call. We're going to be taking on 5 to 6 new clients from this challenge who want to continue their results and go on to lose 10 to 15 pounds in the next 90 days without having to skip cookouts or pool parties this summer. So if that sounds cool to you and you've been loving what we've been doing so far, then go ahead and DM me success, and we'll go ahead and send you over what time slots we have available for this week or for next week, depending on everyone's schedules. Awesome. So I just want to summarize what we talked about today. Make sure that you're on the right track to hitting your protein and getting toned up. So the activities that you want to do to hit your protein is to log your food. You want to aim for 120 to 160 grams of protein per day, or base it off of your individual body. And like I said, you can always message me and we'll figure that out for you. You can spread your meals out, spread your protein out into 3 to 5, maybe smaller meals. Add protein supplements if needed. Explore plant-based protein options. There's a ton. I've trained so many vegans. I have a client right now that is a bikini competitor who mostly does plant-based. It is possible. You can also meal prep or get pre-cooked proteins. Make sure you DM me success and you'll have a hot girl summer. Now, the activities that you don't want to do, or these are the activities to do if you don't want to hit your protein, is to avoid logging all your food at all costs. Tell yourself that it's too hard and impossible for you to hit that amount of protein. Avoid any protein supplements, avoid meal prepping, don't DM me success, and have a hot girl bummer. All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please go ahead and type any questions in the chat. Or if you're watching the replay, go ahead and comment on the replay and we'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. And please feel free to reach out to Dylan or I. We're here to support you every step of the way. We're going to send you out all these recipe guides. I can't wait for you guys to try it. And yeah, so let me know what questions you have. How is the challenge going for you? What kinds of things have you seen so far? I know Madison has been seeing awesome results from it. I'm so excited. So proud of you, dude.